Well, good morning, canal lovers. Got a slight situation going on, which is that my alternator's broken. Not just any alternator, the powerful alternator, the domestic alternator. Normally what would happen is there'd be a 5-minute interminably boring electrics lecture about stuff I don't even know about anyway, that much, so not going to do that. I'll explain as I go. Door's closed. I've also run out of diesel, so what I've done to make the trip to the garage quicker is I've bought 2 of these little 5-litre containers that you see here, and I've put them inside a plastic bag, and hopefully the plastic bag will stop the diesel leaking into my rucksack. Right, so there we are, we're ready to go and get 10 litres of much needed diesel. My worry is if I move this boat down to the marina, which is a mile that way, I will lose this spot, and I've got a repairman coming for the alternator. Hopefully that's tomorrow. The alternator charges your batteries. I've got a big one and a little one. The little one still works, but it's so weak it takes like 6 hours, maybe more, to charge up the batteries. That's 6 hours of engine running every single day. It's a lot of diesel, and it's just to recharge a fairly modest amount of electricity back into the batteries. So I've got to get the big alternator working. So here's my cunning plan: get the bottles out and fill those up. So they go on the ground, and what you do is you just pay. You don't even have to go into the shop, and you're supposed to put the container on the ground and just away you go. You can't see how full it's getting, so whoops, fill slowly. There we go. Number 1 full. Number 2, same thing. Okay. Okay. Gonna get diesel all over my hands. So there we go, 10 litres of fresh, lovely, juicy diesel. I want to get the battery fully charged before the guy turns up, which I think will be tomorrow. It's a relatively straightforward job for a mechanic, but if something does go wrong with it or its connections, I will have fully charged batteries before that happens. So I've got some contingency time to do something about it before I run out of charge. I'm expecting the parcel to arrive sometime in the next hour, and the shop is about 2 miles away, but as I say, on the bike that's fine. So here we are. There's things to do. Get this thing topped up. So I've got power. So what happens is nozzle goes in there, and then there you go. It's only 5 litres these, so they're really easy to handle. Right, okay guys, so change of plan. Slight change of plan. Engine still's going to need like 6 hours of charging, but I'm not going to do it now, so let's cover the panel up and let's unchain the beast, because look, it's only 1.5 miles, so it should be a doddle. Let's get the rucksack on. Let's go and get this alternator. The ground is bloody treacherous. I've nearly slipped over about 3 times on these wet leaves that are plastering the ground. Much more dodgy than you would expect. Right, yeah, brilliant news, right? I rang up the company. There's only one company in the UK who sell an alternator that I know fits my engine. They sent it via a DHL service. Anyway, most of them do it, but it allows local collection at a local nominated point, like a shop. So that was fantastic news. Not only that, but it's arrived quicker than I expected. I was kind of expecting it tomorrow, and I've got it today. And what I can also do is phone River Canal Rescue, because phase 3 of the plan is to get the thing installed. The good news is RCR, the rescue company, even though they don't cover domestic alternators, have agreed to send a guy to install it for a £65 charge. Let's put the bike over here. Right, let's get this beast. So, doesn't fit in the bag, but it'll fit outside the bag. So now, pull that as tight as possible. And again, pull it tight. And there we go. There's our alternator, ready to go. Let's get back. Right. Cheers, mate. Just squeeze past there. Nice one, thank you. Right. So I've took the engine board off. Down here in the bowels, that lead is too loose. So let's see. Now, do you know what? This feels so dangerous, but I've got to do it. I'm going to take the existing cable off and I'm going to put a new lug on the end. Feels slightly dodgy, but I've got to crack on. Cables. Oh, fucking hell. I don't know what it's doing. So, what's happened here? Yeah, it sort of looks like it's almost hanging off. It's almost hanging off, so I'm going to cut that off and I'm going to put a new lug on. I feel like this connection could have been the reason for the alternator blowing. This is the thing. The risk I'm running, if that is faulty, is that the new alternator will blow as well. I'm going to chop this off and get my lug tool, stick a new one on it. Okay, so this is what you do. So I'm going to cut back the bread plastic to where my nail is, like so. I'm just going to make a mark to start with, and then I'm just going to gently cut through. There we go. It's not perfect. Let's make sure the lug fits. Yeah. So I prefer to use this thing. You put the lug into the thing and you close it down like that. So you put it in, you hold it,
yeah.
Oh, God. No, sorry, it's my fault. I'm just trying to fit a new lug to the alternator cable in case that's what... Like, it might be a bit loose in case that's what blew the original.
Just out of interest, what has happened on...
The alternator isn't working. The domestic. So what happened was there was an intermittent fault which developed over the last week or so.
Okay.
And then a couple of days ago, it just stopped delivering any current completely. The belt's not fantastic, but it's tight enough. Both belts are about the same tension. So I don't think it's the belt that's the problem.
Okay. You haven't had any warning lights on?
Yes, the warning light does come on, yeah.
And does it stay on when the engine's running?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's died.
It does stay on, yeah.
So
right.
The light disappears.
So I've got a brand new one from Engines Plus, they're the UK suppliers for Canal Line.
It's a bit hard.
Yeah, I think maybe the alternator was just basically fair wear and tear and, you know, end of really. To be expected kind of thing. What I'm going to start doing is I'm going to get a generator, and in the winter when there's no sun, I'm going to start using a generator if I'm moored up, you know, rather than running the engine.
Yeah.
Seems like, why put hours and hours on an expensive £10,000 engine when you can get a £400 generator to do the job? So am I helping with this light, or am I just being a pain? Brilliant. Shall I start her up and see if see how we do? Shall I start it?
Yeah, go for it.
Right, they should go out now.
There you go.
Lovely jubbly. Absolutely brilliant. Now, I'll tell you what, let me turn the engine off. Because at the moment it looks like only one of the alternators is putting out current. I'm only getting the 30 amps, like one of them is working.
Yeah, I've only got one warning light.
Well,
let's see what we've got going on down there.
Okay guys, so quick alternator update. The situation changed, not entirely for the better. The guy, great guy, finished installing the new domestic alternator, tested it, that's working great. So now I've got a working domestic alternator, so that problem's solved. However, when we started the engine, it turns out that the engine alternator, the starter alternator, is no longer working. Now that's not as critical. Well, it is critical because the starter battery will go flat and I won't be able to move. So that's a situation that needs to be resolved. Perhaps a fuse has blown, you know, I don't really know. Obviously I don't know, it goes without saying, doesn't it? But what I do know is I've still only got one alternator working, but it's the more powerful one, so I can charge a bit faster, so that's good. It is 5 o'clock-ish, and I said to the guy, look, I know you're willing to carry on and work, but if you do that, I won't have enough charge in these batteries to see me overnight. So I had to sort of send him packing in order to start the engine running to do the charge. Still got one alternator working, but it is the more powerful. And on the plus side, the starter alternator is a system that's covered by the RCR. So you know, it's I've still got a broken alternator, but it's the one that's covered. So the actual fitting of it only took him something like half an hour, but it was so awkward to get in. He was draped all over the engine, contorted into an impossible position. So anyway, look, that's where we're at. I'm going to get inside because it's bloody freezing. I've had enough for today, so yeah, catch you later. Good morning, Canal Hounds. Are you on? There's the dreaded engine bay again. It's now 2 days. Just let me step across here. It's now 2 days since the domestic alternator was fixed, and RCR Road Canal Rescue have ordered a replacement alternator. It's been delivered to them, and the guy is actually due imminently, he says. Let's hope he doesn't keep me waiting, because there's a bit of a drizzle on, so I don't want to be stood out here for too long. Here we are. Right, so let's see what our man can do. Hi, Mark.
You don't mind dogs, do you?
Oh no.
An apprentice dog with me.
Is it a he or a she?
It's a little he, 9 years at least, it'll be 9 in March. It's quiet as a mouse.
Well, can I just check, is he okay with a bit of a hot dog, or would...
Eats anything. The only thing he won't eat is hard biscuits.
It's just some Frankfurter thing. Now it might have a bit of pepper in it, but only a little bit. Would that be okay?
Yeah. Guinness, look. What's this?
Oh, look at this, mate. Oh, are we not too keen? Maybe off you.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. You sit, and you pull, and the other one.
He's not over the moon with it, is he?
He is.
They're decent, those ones as well. They're M&S, so they won't be complete rubbish.
Yeah, they look great.
You know, like normally the hot dogs are a bit sort of...
Oh, sometimes it can be a bit weird.
Yeah, you don't know what the hell's in them. These should be half decent. So, can I just explain what my charging setup, right?
Yeah.
In case it goes wrong, just understand, off each of these two alternators, I've got 2 lead acid batteries,
Yeah.
one linked to each, so they're independent.
Yeah.
And then they go inside to these battery to battery chargers, 30 amps each one.
Yeah.
And then they come back out and they feed into the domestic batteries. So it's feeding from a lead acid sort of source battery. Now, is there anything I can sort of get for you or help you with, or?
No, absolutely nothing. So,
Because I'll just, if I just yammer on, I'll distract you from what you're doing.
You're all right. Oh.
So I feel like I'm best off getting out of your way. There's the isolator switches there.
Okay. And it's
this top one.
the top one you want.
Yeah.
To that's right.
If you need to know anything, I might as well go inside, because I'm only going to distract you. I'll just prattle on forever. Right, Mark, I'll leave you in peace, mate. And I was going to offer you, but I've got no milk left. I can't even do it unless you want black.
You're fine, thanks. I've got a flask in the car.
Okay, mate. I'll let you crack on and shut the hell up.
I come from a forestry background, so we could be in the forest in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I was working in Rotterdam.
They're hardy dogs, aren't they, to be fair?
I've just had a DNA test done on him.
Go on.
I had him as a rescue. His paperwork says poodle spaniel. I thought it was more collie in him with his intelligence.
Yeah, it's like a miniature collie.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
My wife bought me a DNA test kit for Father's Day.
Yeah.
So we had him tested. He'd come back, he's 44% Pomerian.
Pomeranian, it's called. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
it. And he's got...
Do you know, I thought when I saw the bushy thing around the head, I thought that's what I thought.
But then he's got loads of terrier in him, a bit of collie, a bit of retriever.
He's a proper mixture, isn't he?
And 1% Fijian street dog.
Fijian street.
Where that's come from, no idea. All I know is he's mine.
Oh, he's just gorgeous, mate, isn't he? He's absolutely beautiful. Right. I don't want to upset his little tummy, so just give him a little bit.
He'll eat absolutely anything, but he won't eat greens.
Sensible lad. Best.
Do you want some cheese?
It's best thing for humans. I don't know about dogs, but we don't like them either. Oh. Oh, fantastic. I can't thank you enough, mate, honestly. So all the isolation switches off. Charger one is the domestic.
Yeah.
14.4 both sides, so that's good. That's the domestic one.
Yeah.
There's the starter alternator. Now it's saying 12 at one end. I don't know whether that's the... but it does seem to be charging.
Yeah.
Ah, now it's going up. Might be because the battery was a bit flat. The other reason I know it's working is because it's charging at 60 amps.
Yeah, you go.
So I've got 30, so 30 and 30. So both alternators now, both alternators are fully working. We are game on. You're an absolute legend, mate. I cannot thank you enough.
We do it. Just turn off on the keys.
Yeah, just turn off, yeah. So it wasn't quite a straight swap.
Yeah. I've been with the company now for 3 or 4 months now.
Oh, is that all you've been with RCR?
That's it.
Wow, you're the new boy on the block.
I am, yeah.
You kid on the block. I just honestly, it's such a relief to have a charging working again. I can't tell you. Just filmed the sad farewell to our little man there. Mark, listen, thanks a million, mate. I really appreciate your help. I'll see you. Well, I hope I don't see you too soon. So the alternator's now working. I can tell that it's charging because look there, the figure for current is just under 60 amps. This weighs a bit of a weight, this, because I added soundproofing to the board, which is brilliant and absolutely essential. But it makes it really heavy. Okay. Board now going back on. And see, instantly I can talk at a normal level. Instantly quieter. Right.